Alright. It's time. It is time that we talk about this. I am very curious to hear this. So apparently the chapter has came out or so for the new Rent-A-Girlfriend. This is interesting. I just gotta see how this shit show kind of ends, you know? It's gotta end, right? Eventually. Right? Question mark? So apparently, at least from the thumbnail of what I've been seeing or so, it looks like Kazuya has moved over to the to Ruka, the other girl, which I thought personally the other girl was like more better, at least, you know. Is the ending where man will forever pay for her services? So I'd be curious on that.
Besides,
But I have a suspicious feeling that Chizuru sees Kazuya kissing Ruka, and then now she goes in through a dilemma that like she regrets it, and then she starts chasing after him, and you know, and all this other. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. That's what I'm suspecting.
remember what I said. I'll wait however long it takes. I've been thinking you believed in me back then, Mizuhara. So maybe it's my turn this time. 10 years or 20 years, I'll be waiting for you. Also, you know, I don't think it's possible for me, in my lifetime, to love anyone more than I love you.
Huh?
It's so good, man. It's so bad. It's so good. Oh, man. Oh, it's just, it reaches a point that it's so horrendous. It's so unbelievable that I can't help but laugh. Like, it's just...
Is that what she says to him?
How can Rent-A-Girlfriend be capable of this? It's just... Oh my goodness. So, let's make sure everybody is on the same page here. This is chapter 383. A few weeks ago, I covered a chapter and many people got to see it. It went viral. Everybody was talking about it. But basically, Chizuru, our main female character of Rent-A-Girlfriend, straight up denied Kazuya's feelings. Like, she point blank said she didn't want to change her life. She didn't want to be with Kazuya. She basically preferred her job being pretty much like, I'm going to be blunt here, a bootleg prostitute, and just getting as much money as she possibly can. And now, regardless if she was being truthful completely with all of what she was saying, like she might be lying or exaggerating, whatever, the point of the matter is she did say that to Kazuya. And I want to make sure everybody is clear. This series has been ongoing for 380 plus chapters. And basically, Kazuya, at this point in time, has spent all of his college fund that was for him to go to college, and he had to get a job just to be able to rent out Chizuru continuously.
That's
wild.
Now,
I'm not saying that him giving her money and renting her out is where she needs to owe Kazuya, like, for instance, like, date him or be with him. She doesn't need to do that. However, there is an obligation to where she needs to draw a hard line and basically say no, because obviously his life is getting destroyed. It is. Like, he's giving up all his money, any aspirations or potential he could have in the future is kind of slowly going out the window as he continues to funnel more and more money to her, and she keeps to string him along, which is a big aspect of the story. So anyways, Chizuru decides to just straight up reject him. That was a few chapters ago. So we fast forward to chapter 383, and Kazuya straight up says to her, and right at the beginning of the video, that he will wait for her no matter how long it takes. Like, this is his word.
Oh man. Oh man. If she already rejected you, why do you even want to wait for her? Why? What's the point?
Words. He'll wait however long it takes for her to love him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, my dude, that's not how love works. That's not how it works. If someone doesn't want to be with you, if they don't love you, it's not gonna change. It's not.
Yep.
That's not really how it works. That's not how reality works. And so
Snap back
that
to
moment
reality.
is just so naive, and it's just, I feel so much pity for Kazuya. I do. I really do.
No.
But he really has created his own grave. He has dug his hole, and now he is basically laying in it. When I see this moment, I'm just like, how can you still be
Thank you
like
for the
this
follow-up.
after everything? Now, there is some nuance to this chapter, and there is details I will discuss that is why he acts like this. But the point of the matter is surface level looking at everything from this chapter, there is multiple times, even after this confession, with him basically saying he'll wait decades to get with Chizuru, like wasting his entire life away, he gets denied once again. Like, Chizuru just straight up says no to him. Like, full-blown rejection. And this isn't the only time in this chapter alone she rejects him. She rejects him like 2 other times in the chapter. So,
man, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Skip this trash series and read The Fragrant Flower Blooms with dignity.
he literally got non-stop said no in just this chapter alone, that she does not want to be with him, and he doesn't take no for an answer. And I'm just like, she doesn't want to be with you, man. Like, she doesn't want to be with you. It's simple as that. I understand you're love struck. I understand. And with your own words, you don't think you can ever...
As far as I know, the mangaka is obsessed with Chizuru. That's why this is like this. Yeah, I know that he's obsessed with Chizuru. I'm like, I draw characters too. Like, I draw my own character, but I'm like, it's not like I'm gonna try to marry it or something.
Fall for anyone as much as you love Chizuru. I understand that, man. I fully do. You love who you love. You can't change who you love, etc. I understand that. I know the themes, the messages, and all that type of stuff with different literature. But, bro, there comes a point to where you go into a area that is now mental illness. Like, that's what it is. Like, when you're chasing after someone that has given you so many signals now that she doesn't want to be with you, it's over. Stop it. Now, to be fair to Kazuya, it's very obvious from the narrative of this chapter, chapter 383, that Chizuru does love Kazuya. And
well, no shit, Sherlock, of course.
let's talk about that. So, Chizuru, throughout this chapter, she's clutching tightly to Kazuya while he is holding her. And the reason why this is happening
no worries.
is
Thank
because
you
when
for
they
the
were on
lurking.
their
Welcome,
date, and she
welcome, as
rejected him at the end,
well.
taking him to a romantic spot. I'm not gonna reiterate everything I said in my previous videos. You can go watch those if you want to know exactly every detail that happened. But pretty much, she got a blister on her foot. She hit it, she didn't say anything, Kazuya found out, and so he decided to carry her on home. That's what he's doing right now. He's basically being a gentleman, he's trying to be a good guy. And we get a lot of inner monologue to Chizuru. It's a very rare moment within the story where we get to see from the perspective of her instead of Kazuya. It's a nice change of pace, it is. I'm not gonna act like it ain't. But the point is that it's very clear throughout the chapter she does have feelings for him, which has always been obvious. I mean, we all knew that when she rejected him at that romantic spot. She basically said she still wanted his job, or wanted her job, and didn't want to really change her lifestyle. But she directly says she loves him, she has fallen for him, she's deeply in love with him, but she just doesn't want to be with him because, like, it feels like a dream. It feels like it's in a movie. She doesn't feel like she can really commit to her feelings yet. Like, she just is not ready to make that final push. Which, in a normal setting, within a normal romance story that hasn't lasted over 380 chapters doing the exact same thing going in circles, this would not be a bad thing. Like, this would not be a bad chapter. I don't think this is necessarily even a bad chapter in its enclosed space. Like, if we were just looking at this
What have you done
as
with Mother, your mom?
chapter 383, like, just as its own, without comparing it to everything prior, this is a very good chapter. I'm not going to act like it isn't a good chapter. But what makes this chapter so infuriating is that it's the same cycle, the same circle. Obviously, there's been some progression here in comparison to previous arcs, but it's still the same cycle of basically Chizuru not really wanting to commit to her feelings, Kazuya being strung along, and that's what's happening here. He's once again being strung along, and there's multiple interactions within this chapter where Chizuru, like, she says, like, no to him, she doesn't want to be with him, and but she clenches tighter around him while she's, like, shaking. And it's like, Kazuya isn't, like dumb, but he's not the smartest, but he also can pick up on some things sometimes. We have seen this, and he's gonna notice that. And he might take it in two different ways. Typically, if I had to assume, you'll probably assume that she just doesn't want to talk about it and he's gonna drop it. But it's clear that she's shaking and trembling because she does love him and she is kind of afraid to actually lose him and push him too far. But it's clear that Kazuya is mentally unwell and he will never stop chasing Chizuru, even if it takes decades of his life, till he's like 80 years old, basically. Now,
wait, your laptop started acting up too as well?
Which is pathetic, sad,
how ironic,
emotional, and
he gave you the curse of the
else.
SSD.
Like, throw anything else you want onto the title. But the point is that Chizuru, throughout the chapter, is still stringing him along because she refuses to just either cut him completely off or just admit she loves him. And it's the same crap.
It's basically the girl.
Like I said,
it's the girl who's literally like, you know,
chapters ago,
playing with him.
Amazing. I would hands down say this might be a 10 out of 10 chapter, like the best chapter of the series because of what it represents, progression, but also just kind of what's going on with Kazuya and Chizuru. And
they make them pretty dense.
Like that. There's some good stuff here. But factoring in everything else, this is a stinky chapter. Especially when we think of what just happened in the manga.
A stinky chapter.
Now, to be fair, I think in general, this still is a very bad look for Kazuya. I think Kazuya just sitting down and settling for her and waiting as long as he can take to be with her is so sad. It's just, I pity the man so much.
God, this guy needs to give it up, to be honest, in my personal opinion.
Some of the worst aspects of her character because she's doing the very thing she said she kind of didn't want to do, but she's still doing it anyways. She's allowing him to have this complicated feelings, allowing him to feel like he might still have a chance, even interacting with him and being in his vicinity and allowing him to carry you is already enough for him to feel like he still has a chance. There is a reason why Kazuya is still thinking he can hold on to some hope, because she is still interacting with him. If you are truly wanting to set boundaries, reject him, and be done, disassociate. Stop associating with him. But she's obviously not going to do that for a variety of reasons. One, it's clear she loves him, but secondly, she likes that money. I mean, her words... She likes her job. That she said that herself a few chapters ago.
True.
So
yes.
Yeah, she definitely wants her pay pig still, and she obviously loves him. So, yeah. Anyways,
so she just wants a sugar daddy. That's all she really wants at the end of the day.
Into the heart of the matter. 400 more years, man. 400 more years of Rent-A-Girlfriend. That's what we got sentenced.
400 years.
Jokes aside, this offer, man, I
actually liked Ruka. Like, I saw her in the anime or so. I thought she was cute. She actually, like, cared about the MC. But, like, the MC was being a fucking diptard, you know, and, like, not really paid attention to her. I thought she had, like, I personally liked her. Personally, I thought she was very cute.
I don't know how he's managed to be able to almost reach 400 chapters with the series basically just continuously going in circles. I don't know how that's possible. It's
the side characters, like that's interesting to hear that.
Dramas are, there's sitcoms. I know there's like a lot of sitcoms that go on for basically like a decade plus. I wonder if, like, Rent-A-Girlfriend is the equivalent of that. It's, like, just a sitcom that overstays its welcome. It keeps retreading the same thing over and over again, and it lasts so long, a new generation comes in to read it and doesn't realize just how awful it has been for so long. I wonder if that's the case. But
who the fuck is actually reading this? That's the question to ask.
I read
Who is reading this?
What I read. As I said, I want to say it once again. This chapter is amazing in its own enclosed space. But when you put it against everything, it's not good. I'll leave it at that, though. Be safe, stay healthy.
My question is, right? The one question that I want to know is, like, where the fuck is this from? Is this actually from the actual, like, hold on, let me see. Here, watch, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Can I show it to you guys by any chance? I know there's a way for me to show you guys. This thumbnail right here. How the fuck? Where does this come from? Is this from a Doujin? Kazuya moved on and got with Ruka. They even paid me to watch. Where is this from? Where is this from? A Doujin? Is a Doujin probably? It could be a Doujin. Hey, at least at the end of the day, it's probably a better way, to be honest. Ticker King, be safe, fun. Thank you for coming by as always. Very much appreciate it. So, I thought this is a net. It could be a Doujin, to be honest. That's an H Doujin. I've read it. Oh, you read it already? That's funny. Is it actually? Hey, is it a better ending than the Rent a Girlfriend one, at least? You know. It's better. Well, at least it's better. Okay, bye. Take care. Well, at least he technically has a good ending, so, you know. So it's not too bad, at least. Oh, yeah, I know. She's very lovely, yeah. I haven't seen the show. Probably not gonna watch the show anytime soon, so. Hey, man. Hey, man, if a Doujin can make a better ending than the normal Rent-A-Girlfriend, like, actual anime, you know you fucked up somewhere. I'm just saying, you know. You know you definitely fucked up somewhere. God, I feel like this goddamn freaking goddamn anime. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to close that, but anyways.
Besides,
I swear, I feel like this show is never ending. Well, this manga is never ending. I feel like it might be, like, he might be right. He might be treading, like, over and over and over again a few things, you know? So, jeez. Honestly, the creator needs to either walk away or just end it, you know? I'm just saying. I feel like he's infatuated way too much with this character too much, in my personal opinion. Like, honestly, like, even when I draw like my character, right? Like the VTuber model my first VTuber model, because I enjoy drawing that one the most. Let me see. It's not like I'm super infatuated. Right? It's not like I'm, like, ridiculously infatuated with her. You know, it's not like I'm like, whoa, you know, it's just like, yeah, like I draw her every single time. I don't know who the artist is. Even if you tell me, I probably won't know anyways. But like, yeah, like I like this drawing, so, you know, and it's just kind of like I enjoy drawing this one, so. But I'm like, it's not like for reference kicked up you. I don't even know who it is. It's not like ooh, you know. I don't know who that is. I told you. And then it's kind of like, you know, and then this one too as well. It's kind of like, you know. Like I said specifically, you know. I draw her differently every single time. Not really differently, but I draw her at least like the best I can, you know, for her. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to be infatuated with this character, even though you should probably already end this series, in my personal opinion. But yeah. And I just kind of wanted to see. I wanted to see if it was true. Man, I got clickbaited or so from that thumbnail. I thought for a second I straight up thought for a second that fucking thumbnail was like, you know, funny how a hentai has a better ending than the actual manga. When the doujin is more acceptable than the canon story, we will pay to make this a canonical ending. I heard that the real life guy who rented a girlfriend to play Yu-Gi-Oh with him, and a long story short, they are dating for real. A real life person made this happen before the MC of freaking renting a girlfriend. That's crazy if that's actually true. Even the most dense romance MCs would be telling this man to move on already, gain some respect for himself at least. And that's true. The mangaka is Chizuru, and you are Kazuya for still buying it. Yeah, that H Doujin was 3 years ago. It was foreshadowed. What? The one on the thumbnail? The one on the thumbnail from here? The doujin is becoming more and more better. I have seen in them. We have seen them in the NTR ending, Kazuya alone ending, and the Kazuya pity ending, and Kazuya comes out of the closet ending. What the fuck? I've never heard of that, to be honest. Maybe I should probably read some Rent a Girlfriend doujins, to be honest, just to see what the ending is. And it might as well be a better ending than the actual real one at the end of the day. I'll be on my deathbed, surrounded by my friends and family by the time Chizuru confesses, and it's still gonna take 500 more chapters for them to hold hands. Yeah, I thought the thumbnail was real. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought for a second there, I thought it was real, but no. Okay, I mean, dude. This shit's such a fucking dumpster fire. God lord, dude. This shit needs to end. For God's sakes, just end the goddamn story, bro. Just end it and move on to something new. God lord, dude. How can you still keep creating something for this thing? Anyways, that's the end of the video. And, peace.